Welcome to your Inspirational Astrology Horoscope for Monday, February 18th, 2013. I am Astrologer David Palmer, here to illuminate the collective consciousness. Holy cow, what a crazy day. We go from the Sun into Pisces today, Saturn going retrograde, and this is the big week where Mercury goes retrograde as well. This will be a week to remember. Monday is a big, powerful shift that you will feel in your life. Number one, whenever we switch signs, especially from Aquarius to Pisces, we go from really electric, really understanding, really coming into this epiphany energy of people in our lives and where we're going to connect to the world. And here we go, swimming in the deepest ocean of all time. Like, woo! It is deep down here. We can get really lost. Where's the bottom? Where's the top? Energy just start floating. Mystical, magical, smoky, really behind the curtain energy. That's because this is the energy that is behind the curtain. This is Pisces. This is where the spiritual world hangs out. This is where reality does not take the same form. It's looser. It's about letting things go. It's about surrendering to spirit. And it's so important because Saturn goes retrograde today, which has been going direct since the summer of 2012. So we have to take a huge look back in time and go, wow, what was all the stuff that we have been building with in our life, that we have been progressing forward with? What are the challenges that we were faced with, especially since the late summer of 2012, and now we're going to come back and make sure we step over these hurdles and we step into our highest, better self, that we get what we truly desire in our life, that we step over our fears, that we make sure that we are getting only what we truly, really freaking want. And that's so important with Saturn in Scorpio. But all this Pisces energy, remember we've got Mars hanging out here, which was in a perfect trine over the weekend, so we really understand where we need to go spiritually. If you listen to your gut and you know where you're supposed to lead, as long as it's built off those true desires. Mentally, our minds are starting to slow down, and it's pretty good because we are getting a little bit cloudy here, but also a lot of imagination happening, a lot of going with the flow. Then, of course, we've got Neptune here. This is very powerful as well because this is the natural place of all this really Neptunian, very beautiful, very collective unconscious, like really stepping in to see where we're unconscious in our life. These are the things that hold us back. And coming in to today with the sun here, we are now having the sun and Neptune start a conjunction as the moon is squaring all this stuff. So we'll talk about the moon in Gemini in a second, but I want to talk about this unconscious real quick. We are going to unveil what you're so unconscious about in your life. We are going to unveil what gets you not what you need, basically. The best thing to describe this is, what is the unconscious energy that is holding you back in a prison in your own life? What is the spiritual energy, though, that you can pay attention to become more conscious? This is where the unconscious meets the conscious. It's a very weird place. But we can go very unconscious, and we can also go very conscious. So it's about starting to see now, paying attention to where you are unconscious in your life. Where are you lost? Where are you not conscious? Where are you not flowing with spirit? So it works in many ways. Remember, Saturn in Scorpio, and Saturn, by the way, is the last planet that is of the physical reality. He is the lord of the reality here, basically, okay? He is the teeth, the dental, transdental energy, okay? Saturn right now, we are going to review broken teeth in our life now. We have been really using our teeth a lot, chewing on new food, chewing on a lot of things that we want in our life, that we're desiring, that we want to connect with. Now we are finding out whether or not these things in our life can become reality. This is about overcoming challenges now. I'm reviewing here until July of 2013. So until July, this is great to know the challenges you've gone through for the last 5 months in your life, so you can make some reviews, so you can make some adjustments, so you can be better, so you can be more in alignment, so you can get over the humps, so you can make sure that you're only aligning with your true desires here. This is also, remember, the energy we don't like to expose. This is dark energy. This can be fears. This is making sure we understand what are the fears that are breaking teeth in our life or breaking our reality. It is very important to notice it in that sort of way. Now, it's about paying attention to signs. That's because with all this Pisces energy, the signs are not going to come in the logical way our emotions and Jupiter are going to want to see it right now. We're going to want signs like a computer printout. but this is going to be weird signs. Number one, I'm going to give you an example in my own life that happened to me in the last couple days. Not many people might know, but I've been a cigarette smoker, okay? And I've quit a couple times in my life. I've quit for years at a time, and then I stepped back up this summer. Well, long story short, I started feeling really bad, and I did not want to smoke anymore. I've been just like hating it. And the universe totally has been giving me signs to quit. Number one, I put my cigarette out the other day, and my cigarette was sitting in the ashtray, and I went inside and it lit every cigarette in the ashtray, and we're talking, this is a huge ashtray, okay? Like 100 cigarettes in there. Lit the whole thing on fire, created this huge fire, broke the ashtray, created a fire on the patio, like everywhere. When I went out there, my roommate's like putting out the fire, and it was just like, oh my gosh, huge message from Spirit there. I really need to stop smoking. It just kept coming, more and more problems. Me losing my lighter and then it turning into a problem where I stub my toe and go here. These are the things where the universe is like showing, look over here, you're unconscious. Like, so the other thing is like, I quit, by the way. I'm on like, by the time you watch someone, like 48 hours, and I'm being real with you. So I'm like, I quit because it became clear. And I wanted to set some lines with the universe and boundaries with Saturn finishing direct here on the weekend. Like, this is my boundary. I'm not going to smoke. I'm not going to do this anymore. One thing about Saturn and Scorpio is it's saying, F you, no. Emotionally, no. Or yes. This is yes, let's have sex. This is no, we're not having sex. There's no in between. No cigarettes for me. The other thing was, after that ashtray was gone and left, on one of my last cigarettes I had a couple days ago, I finished the cigarette, and I used to like flick the cigarette into the ashtray that was there. Well, the ashtray's not even there anymore, and there I go, just like finish, flick. How unconscious was I there? Just like flick. Where are you in your life unconscious? Flicking cigarettes into ashtrays that aren't even there anymore. Doing things that are just on these habitual patterns and so forth. One thing is our escape energy of how we're escaping reality. We can get really pulled to escape right now. Go way crazy with drugs or alcohol or all these things. But right now it's time to be clear. It's time for you to see where you're unconscious. This is what's going to help you go in the flow. And this is what's going to help you get the sunrise in your life. That is because we're stepping into the spring coming up here soon. Well, especially in the northern hemisphere, but this is us stepping into our true, very powerful energy of the spring of new starts in our life. And these new starts are going to come with us becoming more conscious of getting rid of all the stuff that is holding us back and letting things change, letting the cycle of the universe and the trust from within make it happen. There are lots of amazing people around to help you right now. Venus is in Aquarius to help us out, and we've got all this Moon and Gemini energy today that wants to figure things out and have the logical understanding. It's about keeping your mind in the right place and making sure that you surrender to Spirit, not questioning Spirit, not questioning too much, but logically learning to understand, not over questioning, not overthinking it. It's a very fine line. Emotionally, the moon's going to square all these planets for the next couple days. So we're in for some wild rides with our mind and spirit, learning to connect the both, learning to connect the two, learning to understand the signs that the universe is doing, and making sure you're understanding your unconsciousness. So it's a beautiful day. Here we are. Pay attention to Saturn. Take a look at your own life. See what's happened over the last 4-5 months in your life and really start to see that big change that happened, August, September of 2012, and then coming into that energy. Huge changes happen, and I hope that you take a look at your life on that. If you want a one-on-one reading with me, check me out, david-palmer.com if you want to do a reading with me, and if you have any questions, you can email me, david@david-palmer.com, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.